Hi, I'm Phil Kenyon. Welcome to the Scotty Cameron Barn. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of alignment. Now, one of the common issues I see with a lot of golfers is the inability to aim the putter correctly, and this has a profound impact on the starting direction. Now, one of the underlying issues that can affect aim is your perception over the golf ball. If you have a perceptual bias, so you struggle to see straight or struggle to see square, it's really going to impact your ability to aim the putter. So in this video, I'm going to talk through a very simple exercise that you can do to help assess if you have any perceptual bias and as a consequence manage that. So what we've got here, we've got a Vizio T-line, and if you don't have a T-line, you could quite simply use a ruler or a small alignment stick. But what I've done is I've aligned up the T-line directly to the hole. Now, I've used a laser to do this. You could use a piece of string if you're outdoors, but it's very important that we align the line of this device directly to the middle of the hole. Now, the great thing with the T-line is, as well as having a line to the hole, we have this perpendicular reference. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my setup as if a ball was on this device, and I was going to try and hit the ball down the line. Now, when I go into my setup position, what I would want you to do is to then look down that line and ask yourself, where does that line point? Now, for many golfers, when they get into their setup position, this line might not look that it's pointing at the hole. It could look left of the hole, or it could look right of the hole. So they have a bias to see straight offline. Now, if you think about this, if I was to take my setup and a straight line looked left, it would be very easy for me to want to point any alignment line of my club to the right in order to feel comfortable, in order for me to feel like I was aiming at that target. So your perception of straight over the ball can really have a big impact on your alignment of the putter face. Now, the other thing to consider as well is not just our perception of straight here, but our perception of square. Now, again, take your setup. Once you feel you're in a comfortable position, what does square look like? Very often, a straight line could look left or right to the golfer, but actually square looks correct. It looks like it's aligned correctly. It doesn't look, if a straight line looked left, for some golfers, that line or the perpendicular line here may not look like it's aiming left. In essence, that T-line could look like this, shaped like this. So your perception of straight can very often be different to your perception of square. Now, if that is the case, some golfers may benefit more from squaring off rather than lining up. So having a feature on your club that allows you to square off. So if you look at this design here, we can see with the black and silver band, we get a really good perpendicular reference to help us square off to the target line. So this is a great test to help you decide, can you see straight? Does a straight line look straight? Does square look square? Now, once we've determined any perceptual bias, and we may appreciate that, right, actually square doesn't look square or straight doesn't look straight, what do we do? How do we manage that? Well, one of the things that we can consider is our setup. How we position ourselves at setup can impact what we see. Now, the key things to try and help you get into a position where you can see this line better, see square better, would be to consider, first of all, your distance from the ball. That could impact your perception of both of these features. Also, your neck bend. If you're too chin up, that could impact your perception of the line. Also, your neck tilt. You know, many golfers can tilt the head this way or this way, and that's going to impact your perception. Also, rotation of the head. You know, rotation of the head can position your dominant eye more efficiently to help you see the line better. So we've got a couple of variables here that you can play around with in order to help you see straight and see square. Distance from the ball, neck bend, neck tilt, and rotation of the head. Now, if you don't see this setup correctly, play around with those variables, see if you can get into a position where you can see straight, you can see square. If you can, it's going to have a positive effect on your alignment.